Oh, you know, the personal is political, and yeah, that's right. That's why I think I'm the perfect person to run for the White House. And just watch me next year; it's going to be beautiful. We're going to do it. There is a lot of talk now in U.S. politics about red states and blue states. Red states, blue states. Red states, blue states. But I think we should put them all together. Have purple state. And I say that for many reasons. Because I like the color purple. Oh, good name. And because as many of you know, my favorite power ballad is, of course, Purple Rain, which is an old English folk song. Did you know this? It's an old English folk song which was taken over to the United States and improved. Like so many things. Like the language itself. Like the concept of democracy. Thank you. I feel you feeling it. And I got to tell you a story. I don't know how many of you heard me. I've done a lot of work for your BBC and on the radio. And I have traveled around the UK, traveled around Europe, and traveled around Australasia, and just explaining things to y'all, okay? Because that's what the BBC need me to do, because there's a lot of misguided people out there. I sense who you are, okay? And you know in your hearts who you are, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've done a lot of shows for the BBC, and we're doing another one at the end of this year. It's called Tennessee's Great Depression Tour, and I'm traveling around the world visiting all the depressed economic zones of the world. And I'll be singing songs from just to cheer them up. Okay? So Portugal, that was fun. And hi, here we are. And you know, Ireland, I mistakenly bought Donegal. So cheap now. It's amazing how quickly things change. It seems like only, you know, a couple of years ago they had all that tiger thing going on, and there were all the Polish people over there, and, you know, you had to learn, you know, enough Polish to buy a cup of coffee. And then now it's all changed. Everything changes, and it's good to remember that. Only a few years ago now I stood on the steps of Stormont trying to help the peace process. You know? And they were glad to have me. I stood on the steps there, and I see some people come over to this country, they see something divided in two, but I just see the crack. And I think that really helped. I've done a lot of work in those disputed areas of the world, you know. I think when I was over making my Bollywood movie, I think I brought a lot of peace to the disputed area, you know. I played the part of a prostitute in Lahore. But, you know, that disputed area in Pashmina. So I was glad to help. So yeah, I was over in Ireland. That's what I was going to tell you. I was over there making the show, and something beautiful happened. We were on my Winnebago. We were in the Winnebago, and my wig stylist and spiritual advisor and Reiki healer, Rita Bob, she said, "Tina, look at that." And we looked out of the window, and we saw one of those old kind of white shack things almost tumbled down. And there was a woman outside, and I got out, and I walked over. And she was there, and she was, I don't know what she was doing. Let's hope she was spinning. I don't know what she was doing. She had some animal backed up to a piece of industrial machinery. And she was humming, and her face was so real. Can I tell you how real? Her face was so, she was ugly, is what I'm trying to say. And she, and I thought, if only we spoke the same language, we could speak to each other. But then I just stood and I listened, and I heard what she was singing. She was singing the old folk ballad of Purple Rain, I think.